Not only do you have a choice of what name you want your wall system to be, whether you want the PT wall, the sport wall, golf wall, pickle wall, or Pilates wall, whichever one suits your interest most. You also have a decision whether or not to get the base setup, which is just one wall unit and one storage unit with 8 bands and a nice accessory package, or the double, which ends up being the pro, right? You get 2 wall units and then 2 storage units. You get 16 bands with that, a few more handles, and so you have a big decision to make. And so what I'm going to do today is show you the difference between the double and the single unit as far as certain movements are concerned, and the benefit of getting the pro version for certain movements. One of them especially is a press, right? So you can press like this with the pro version. You can do that same movement, right, with just one wall unit, but now you're in pretty tight here, but it still works, okay? So when it comes to doing flies, let's take that down. This one is really obvious. With the flies, you have this big space, nice and open, that feels really nice to get a good stretch there. You can do that with the one version a couple different ways. Looks like this. Do it like this. This kind of wraps me up. The band hits me right as it comes around. But usually with just one wall unit, I will do flies from the side. All right, like so. When it comes to the pro version and the belt work, it's very convenient to have all the bands off to the side of me so they're not rubbing against me. I could do this in a couple different ways with just one unit. I can go like so, or I have on, still have it on both hips. It's just kind of wrapping me up a little bit, but it works, okay? Or you could just go with both bands on one ring and back, and you still get the same effect of having the bands on your belt, but that doesn't work quite as well as on the hip. So it's just a little more comfortable with the pro version when it comes to using the belt. When it comes to using your ankle straps or your foot harnesses, the pro version works out quite a bit better because you can sit in the middle and do all these movements, right? It just feels really proper, and you get a nice, really nice burn on your inner thighs doing it this way. You can replicate that to some degree, one leg at a time, all right, by going like this with your single unit version. Finally, a more obvious advantage to having the pro version is that you can work out with someone at the same time. You can do that with one unit, but it's just really nice to say, let's say you have your spouse working out with you or your child. One of you could be doing a movement here, the other one could be doing a movement here, right? And you can flip-flop back and forth if you want. You have twice as many bands. So just something to think about.